Audio Advice was lucky enough to be part of the birth of the Revel speaker brand back in 1996. We were one of the first Revel dealers in the country, and many of those original speakers are still in use today across the Carolinas. A couple of decades ago, Harman International purchased Revel and moved them out to their huge design center in Northridge, California. This is where all of the professional JBL speakers are designed you hear at concerts all over the world. Engineering and blind testing are still the main force behind all Revel designs. Revel has several model series, and today's review focuses on a new model in the Performa BE or beryllium series, the F226Be. This is a modest-sized floor-standing speaker we previewed at our recent Music Matters event. Everyone who listened to it was very impressed by its performance, so we decided to put it through its paces. We will also get to hear from Chris Trojaner from Harman International about his thoughts on the new Revel F226Be's. The F226Be is a beautiful speaker that defies the typical rectangular box with a curved cabinet design. Not only does this give it a more elegant appearance, but a curved cabinet is very rigid and reduces internal vibrations. You'll have a choice of 4 color options on the F226Be with gloss black or white, walnut, and a stunning automotive type silver finish. The F226Be is a little over 41 inches tall, about 10 inches wide, and 13 inches deep at the very deepest point. Like many Revel speakers, the F226Be is a 3-way design with dual woofers. The magnetic grille hides the drivers in the front firing port. Build quality on Revel speakers is fantastic. With their big investment in automated tooling, they can turn out beautiful cabinets where everything fits perfectly. The dual banana plugs on the back are rock solid. The base of the speaker has threaded plugs for some well-made spikes. Revel even gives you the option of a pointed spike for carpet or a rounded one for hard surfaces. A nice touch we don't see very often. Revel is like a few of our other favorite companies who make some no-holds-barred gear, which lets them learn, then filter down those learnings into more affordable products. The Revel Salon 2 is one heck of an amazing speaker, but 146 pounds each, almost 5 feet tall, and $22,000 a pair, not everyone can afford them. But what they learned in making the Salon 2 has been showing up in their more affordable speakers like the F226Be. My business partner Scott got to talk with Chris Trojaner from Harman International at our recent Music Matters event, and will now go to his thoughts on the new F226Be loudspeakers from Revel.
So Chris, the beryllium tweeter is sort of famous within the Revel line. Can you tell us just a little bit more about the beryllium tweeter?
Sure. Beryllium is a fantastic material because of its stiffness and its lightness. So it combines those two elements, and it's perfect for high frequency responses. Very, very musical response, very effortless response from a beryllium tweeter.
And we've actually had the 228s in here for quite a while, and people have loved the sound in the upper frequency. This is the exact same tweeter,
It's
right?
the exact same tweeter as the 228s. Yes, just a smaller footprint of the speaker itself.
And so these with the 226s, we've got a frequency response that runs, theoretically at somewhere at 44 hertz up to
well
40K.
Over 40, yeah, about 40K. So that's another advantage of beryllium tweeter is its frequency response is above what we can hear.
And we got sensitivity on these at about 90.
Yeah, 90 dB, so it doesn't take much to drive them. So very, very efficient loudspeaker.
Yeah, and so we, as you know, we've been selling the entire line for a while, and it's done really, really well. This is giving us a little bit smaller form factor than the original 228s.
Correct. Smaller rooms, smaller form factor. These speakers are perfect for that.
But we've got the same tweeter in them.
Yep.
Same sort of design, but just a little bit smaller driver in them.
Correct. Same tweeter, same finish options available too. We have the metallic silver, gloss black, white, and walnut finishes available.
Yeah, so I saw these actually at CEDIA, and everyone was obviously raving about them. So price point on these speakers?
These are $7,000 a pair.
Okay, so, and given in the Revel lineup with the quality you guys do, is I think going to be a great value for people that want high performance.
I think it's a tremendous value, and as far as setting the standard for a compact floor-standing loudspeaker, these are going to be a hit.
Revel developed the beryllium tweeter for the Ultima series and carries it over to the Performa BE models. Beryllium is a rare earth metal that is a perfect fit for a high frequency driver. When you compare it to aluminum or titanium, it's 4 to 5 times stiffer with 3 times better damping and at about half the weight. The Revel beryllium tweeter is not only super fast and open, but smooth as silk with never a trace of harshness. Part of this is due to the design of the tweeter itself, but Revel has also spent a lot of research and development for the waveguide, which also has a lot to do with its great performance. For the mid-range and woofers, Revel starts out with a lightweight aluminum cone. They then use a plasma discharge to coat both sides of the cone with a coarse ceramic coating. The result of this is a 3-layer material which provides constrained layer dampening. When you join 2 different materials that are of different thicknesses, the result is a material that has very low resonance or breakup. Revel developed a 5 1/4 inch mid-range driver and a 6 1/2 inch bass driver for the F226Be. They use 2 of the bass drivers, which gives us bass that is very tight and deep, yet fast as lightning. All of these great drivers would go to waste with a badly designed crossover and cabinet. Revel uses very high-end film capacitors and air core inductors in their crossover. The cabinets are extremely well braced and the curve adds to their rigidity. The sum of all this great technology is one of the best speakers we've ever heard in this size and price range. We connected the F226Be's up to our reference Mark Levinson stack to see just how good they could perform when fed a great signal. If you get a pair of these, you'll want to spend some time precisely setting them up. Just like with all tower speakers, you'll want to find the spot off the wall where they open up, but just as importantly, you really need to make sure you get them positioned exactly the same in terms of distance off the back of the wall. They throw out such an amazing image. If you get them properly positioned, you'll have pinpoint imaging that is very deep and it extends way outside the speakers. On the 90125 Yes album, the a cappella version of Leave It was just spectacular in the way all those overdubbed voices fell into a precise point in front of you, both inside and outside the speakers. For those of you new to high performance speakers, one very enjoyable feature of some great speakers is how you can sense the performers in front of you. For this to happen at its best, your ears need to be the same distance from each speaker. In other words, you need to be dead center between the 2 speakers. It usually works best if you're the same distance from them as they are apart, or a little more or less in each direction. It's also better if your chair does not extend up behind your ears too. There are several aspects about these speakers that got us really excited. The deep bass you get from the 2 6 1/2 inch drivers is just astounding. We played some cuts we used for electric bass resolution and they sounded just fantastic. The scary part though is how they allow you to pinpoint the exact position of the pluck of the bass string. A lot of speakers can throw out deep bass, but they're not able to provide the resolution for your ears to locate the exact position of the bass instrument in the soundstage. The F226Be's continued to do this on every cut we tried. Revel speakers have always been very neutral with no trace of harshness, and that trend continues with the F226Be. The brush of a cymbal will sound like it's floating right in front of you, but when you have lots of complicated things going on in the music, they never get the least bit strained in the top end. This was especially apparent on a Mozart selection we played from a pretty cool group we discovered called the Trondheim Soloists. The strings were very extended yet extremely detailed with no harshness at all, something that's pretty hard to do. The beryllium tweeter is just super sweet and detailed. We felt every Revel speaker we have tried in the past was outstanding, but we have to say, this is the most impressed we have ever been with a speaker from Revel or just about any speaker company, period. These little guys have an elegant appearance with sound that challenges speakers costing twice as much. Sure, $7,000 a pair is by no means inexpensive, but we feel if you're considering speakers anywhere in the $5,000 to $15,000 price range, you should hear these. They may cause you to spend a little more or even a lot less, but we can tell you they will put a big smile on your face when you hear them. If you have any other questions on the Revel F226Be's or any other audio gear, feel free to give us a call, chat on our website with one of our experts, or stop into our Raleigh or Charlotte, North Carolina locations. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel. Our channel is dedicated to showcasing the best audio gear from around the world. We do reviews, comparisons, setup guides, and much more. Thanks for watching.